All right. We're checking our exam review. How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Oh, I'm wonderful. Thank you. Doing all right? Everybody got the guided notes? Cool. All right. So exponential growth and decay. Not sure how much you guys remember about this, but exponential growth, crazy. It grows very quickly. You're going to hear this term as you go on. You're going to hear the expression exponential growth rate. It's growing exponentially. That doesn't just mean fast. All right, things can grow quickly, but not be exponential. You remember what had to happen for it to be exponential growth? We looked at a table of values to decide this. It wasn't plus 3, plus 3, plus 3. It was times 3, times 5, times 5, right? Those were quadratics. Quadratics, we had to find the first differences and then the second differences. All right. Exponentials, right away, we could tell. It was times something, times something, times something.
Should we write quadratics on our?
If you want to put quadratics, constant second differences, you could do that. Yep, and just a quick reminder, our note cards are going to be due on the day of Friday. Yes.
Shoot.
I won't see you Monday. I need time to check them too, make sure they're legit. You're not just going to mosey on in here with a note card off the street.
What if we can turn it in and just come in here?
No. I've gotten 17 years of experience. I know how students can cheat. Trust me, there's ways. I'm not allowing it. You're going to turn in a note card Friday, or you're not using a note card.
Wait, what's our
How about them apples?
Our test is
Tuesday,
Tuesday?
7:39 in the a.m.
Wow. What time?
7:39 in the a.m.
8.
Don't come here at p.m.
We have classes after.
Right.
I don't know. I'll be here. That's all I know. The formula, bless you, for exponential growth is y equals a times parentheses 1 plus r to the x. The x. Be something good to write down on that paper to add to a note card. And I would label for sure what a represents. It's the initial amount. What r represents? The rates of growth in decimal form. X and y are going to stay x and y, bless you. Do you guys remember this?
Can I get the new laptop?
I'm boycotting it for now.
Rate of growth.
I hear it's glitchy.
Oh.
That's what I heard.
Or did not hear you.
A times parentheses 1 plus r to the x. Can I ask you guys a quick question? What happens to a number if you multiply it by more than 1? It grows. What happens if you multiply by a number like a decimal less than 1? It gets smaller. Do you guys agree with that? If you multiply times a half or times 3/4, it's getting smaller. Okay? So, segue. Do you notice how, if the rate right here, watch up here. See how if the rate is 0.25? What's 1 minus 0.25? Good, 0.75.
0.75.
Isn't that going to cause this amount to decay? Yeah, decay. So this is why this is a decay function. This is, so I switched slides. Make sure you write this one down. Decay. A times 1 minus r
This should also go in your note card?
to the x. Oh, this is your note card. Whatever you'd like.
I don't understand.
1 is growing. 1 is decaying.
Wait, why is this one making? Oh, goodness. What's the formula that's like negative 3? What the big one?
Plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Quadratic formula. Come in.
Housekeeping.
You're late.
How are you?
I missed you, Gavin.
I didn't even notice.
You did that wrong.
That's baby blue.
Robin's egg. Thank you.
No, Robin's eggs were teal.
You're wrong. That's okay. All right, have we had enough time with this? Too much? All right, moving on. Determine whether the function represents exponential growth or exponential decay. Identify the percent rate of change. Bless you. First one. Letter A. Who votes? We're going to vote. It's the only fair way to do it. Who votes growth? Who votes decay? It is growth because you're multiplying by a number more than one. And when you say, what do you mean multiplying? I mean, isn't raising 1.02 to the t mean every time t goes up, that's how many times you multiply by 1.02? Isn't 1.02 to the third 1.02 times 1.02 times 1.002, right? Times 1200. Is that true?
If it was just 1.00, would it just not be growing?
Correct. It would be constant. And the second part of the question, identify the percent rate of change. Make me proud. Make me proud. Logan. 0.02. 0.02.
You just multiplied it?
No, let's go through this together. Ready? Watch up here. Isn't the formula a times 1 plus r to the x? Ready? Y equals a times 1 plus r to the x. Do you guys see this one? 1 plus what is 1.02? 0.02. So r, right here, must have been 0.02. Let me say it again. Instant replay. If this is the formula, 1 plus r, and we're trying to find r, 1 plus what ends up with 1.02? Well,
Oh.
0.02, right? Isn't r 0.02? What's our a? 1200, right?
Hey. Hey.
Thank you. Next one. You said it was weird? Hey.
Where's that from?
Hey.
No, I get that. I don't know the song. It's fine.
What is that song?
I don't know.
Played at every sporting
It's a
event
song.
ever. Even kids' soccer games. All right, next. Y equals. Well, we better decide. Is it growth or decay? Who votes growth? Who votes decay? Decay it is.
How do you tell the difference?
How do you tell the difference? Matthew, below 1.
Whatever.
This must have been
Hey.
a subtraction problem. Isn't the formula 1 minus r? Isn't 1 minus r? For decay?
Is it good?
Yeah.
So is 0.88 above 1 or less than 1?
Last one.
So we must have subtracted something, right?
Right.
Must have been
DK.
decay.
Subtracting.
Hey.
Hey.
Is
All right, what's A in this problem?
350.
And what does that mean again? A is the
Total amount. Initial amount.
initial amount.
Initial.
So it's fine.
What's R in this problem? 0.12.
Rate of decay.
Very good.
Wait, what'd you get for
0.12.
1 minus 1.
Isn't 1 minus R what's inside?
1 minus 0.88.
No. No, 1 minus R ended up being 0.88. 1 minus what is 0.88?
0.12.
0.12. So you want to do 1 minus,
How do you figure that? 1 minus 0.12.
how many of you are struggling with the R?
Minus.
Okay, do you want the nerdy way to do it?
Sure.
Isn't this the formula right here?
Yeah.
Do you agree if I have 1 minus R as my formula and it ends up being 0.88, if I solve this like an equation, I could say 1 minus R in my problem equals 0.88. Do you agree with that? Now you can solve it like an equation. Add R, subtract 0.88, and what's 1 minus 0.88? 0.12. Now, it's way easier to think about it as that number is less than 1. How much less than 1? 0.12. I must have taken away 0.12 from 1. Because the formula is 1 take away something. And it ended up being 0.88. Right? What if there's a room of 500 people? Go to a beautiful wedding. Okay? There's 500 people in this reception hall. I walk out for a second to get a breath of fresh air. Okay? Because my favorite song's about to come on. I want to make sure I'm ready to go. Okay? I get back in there. There's 490 people in there now. What was taken away? There was 500, and now there's 490.
Well, you're one of those 100.
There was 500. Now there is 490. How many people were taken away? 10. There was 1. Something was taken away. Now there's 0.88. What was taken away? 0.12. Math.
Is this why you like math?
All right, go ahead and
You're
read.
gone.
Walleye and Wallborn.
I thought we didn't need it.
What?
Oh, we didn't need language words.
Language arts.
Yeah, we have to read.
That's a lot of letters.
What? Brandon's not ready to learn to read yet.
I'm actually in the midst of it.
So should I have
Good. This is
Matthew, thank you so much. What would I do without you?
What do you say?
He has to collect particulars. First, I'm going to be at my home this summer. I think, man, I could use some assistance. I should call Matthew.
He
Don't worry.
can
It's gonna be
go to-
Sorry.
I don't know my number.
Can we go?
I won't be paid that way.
I have to pay you?
Yeah, I know.
I think he pays you with
Then I
knowledge.
How did I miss that?
He pays you with
How much
knowledge.
was it?
It was
Huh?
not being one.
very fun.
Guys got a little bit tired.
Taking all of my back, I thank you.
Yay.
Hey!
Matthew.
A scientist estimates the population of walleye in Walborn Reservoir in 2020 to be 1,200. That sounds like a starting number, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Plug in.
Ours says 1,500.
1,500?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We should probably change it.
Good.
You should find it.
Watch your mouth, Satchery.
Wow. Way out.
1,500, you said?
Yep.
For those of you who thought it was a male scientist. How dare you? She predicts the population to grow at an annual rate of 3.2%. Using the scientist's prediction, create an equation that models the population of walleye Y after X years. According to your equation, what will the walleye population be in 2030? All right. Well, is this a growth or a decay problem? Growth. So y equals a times blank to the x. What goes inside? 1 plus r, where r is a decimal. Decimal, not a percent.
Decimal.
A decimal. So we know the rate of growth is 3.2%, right? But what's that as a decimal?
0.032.
Good. 1, 2 places. 0.032 is our R. Are you in agreement?
Yes.
It's lower than 1.
Correct.
Good job.
What is our initial amount?
1,500.
1,500. 1,500. So our equation is y equals 1,500 times, what goes inside? 1.032. Because I added 1 and r to the x. Now, for those of you who are like, oh, Mr. Westphal, I thought that the year is 2030. Aren't we going to plug in something for x? You're correct. But our problem has to have an x and a y in it to be the equation, right? So this is the equation. Shouldn't be. And now we're going to do a calculation. Okay? Question. What is x? What is x representing in this problem? Years after 2020. So for 2021, if I want to know how many walleye are in Walborn, I would plug in x equals 1, right? For 2021. For 2022, I plug in, and then, so for 2030, I'm going to plug in x equals
0.
10.
But that doesn't make sense to me.
It's 10 years after 2020. Okay. Ready? After x years. So if it's after 1 year, x is 1. After 10 years, x is 10. Is this making sense to you? So, ... x equals 10. We're trying to find y. Well, y equals 1,500 times 1.032 to the 10th. Calculator time. Do you guys know how to use the caret button? Do you remember how to use the caret button?
Yes.
Okay. If you have trouble seeing it, eat more carrots. Okay.
I thought you could.
Thank you. I just made it up.
It wasn't funny. Does carrot don't help your eyesight? It doesn't.
up, I still can't see.
I see. All right. 1,500 times parentheses 1.032 parentheses carat 10. Now wait a minute. Before I hit enter, the suspense is killing us.
Hold
Isn't
up.
it? So excited. Is the number of walleye
It's gonna be greater.
going to be more or less than 1,500?
More.
More.
I'm so smart.
Less.
2,055.36. 2,055. 2,055.36.
Ultimate
Doesn't make
frisbee.
sense.
Walleye.
Is there just
Now listen.
like a part?
Ultimate
Should
frisbee.
we get around to the nearest?
It will tell. Thank you for bringing this up. I knew all of you guys. You just couldn't wait.
I couldn't.
Mr. Westfall, how could there be 0.36 walleye?
Because there's
It's
days
an
in a year.
What's walleye?
A fish.
Come
Now listen. It's. Ooh, we're not ready for a big word yet, are we?
I
No,
am.
just say it,
Yes.
say it, say it.
Wait,
I'm super smart.
It's extrapolating the data.
What is
Say that
that?
again.
Say the word. Say, what is
I
it?
didn't hear you.
Extrapolating.
Extrapolating?
So
What does that mean, Zachary?
I didn't hear what he said.
it's extrapolating the data, not interpolating.
Let him.
Extrapolating means that you just take the data and then you extrapolate it.
Yeah. Interpret it.
Ready?
Yeah.
Oh man,
Oh,
do you have time?
You
We're gonna get
interpret
nerdy. Are you ready?
Alright.
You guys lived it.
Extrapolate.
Something called COVID-19.
Oh.
Okay.
What is that?
Early on, there were numbers like this per day.
Oh.
Okay. And they wanted us to flatten the curve, right? So they did stuff to flatten the curve. Now, here's what happens. This happens all the time. I'm not just making this up because I teach math. This is a real thing. Okay. Scientists will say if we do these precautions, hand washing, masks, whatever, whether you believe what this stuff or not, okay? Who really thinks hand washing kills germs anyway? Just kidding. Just kidding.
I never
That's
watched
the
it.
difference.
All right. Then the numbers should stop growing at an increasing rate. They might still grow, but at a decreasing rate. Okay? That was called flattening the curve. Okay? Man, you guys are getting this is bonus content. If I had a YouTube channel, this would be like
You do.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Aren't you filming?
If I had a like active YouTube channel, this would be like
We
bonus
actually did.
content. You'd have to pay like Patreon or something to like get this. But for you guys today and only today, this is free. Okay? So what happens is the scientists wanted to take this equation, which if I pass it to two people and they each pass it to two people, what does that happen? What happens? 1, next 2, 4. It's growing exponentially. Okay. They wanted to take this exponential growth curve and flatten it. They wanted to do this. Okay. So what they did was they found what's called curves of best fit. You're not going to do this until Algebra 2. All right. This would be the curve of best fit. Now, let's say I plug in a time and I get out a value on the curve. What does that number mean up there? At that time, that's how many people have contracted it. Are you with me? Do you agree a curve is not, it's not discrete, it's continuous. Remember discrete was just data points? A curve is continuous. Okay? So what does that mean? If I plug in T, could I get like 572.3 people?
Yeah.
Yeah, but are there really 0.3 people that got it? No, it's predicting a certain amount. Do you understand what I'm saying?
So what was the word again?
Extrapolate.
Extrapolate.
You take a certain number of data points that you know about, and then you predict what's going to happen based on that model. That's called extrapolating. It happens all the time. Starbucks did it. They started making stores. This is out in Seattle. They started making stores and like, oh man, the more stores we make, the more people come. It's more profit. So what do? Keep making more stores. Dollar General is doing this right now. How many Dollar Generals are around here? Tons. Now here's the question though. If they keep building more Dollar Generals, are more people going to buy stuff from them?
No.
Not necessarily. Because what if there's a Dollar General right there, and then there's a Dollar General right there?
So go to the cheaper one.
It's like Pizza Hut. Pizza Hut.
Do you agree there can only be so many of these places in one spot?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So is that model accurate? If we just keep making more of them, we'll have more customers. No, they have to be strategically placed. Okay? This is where math comes into play. So, what am I trying to say? Starbucks, Dollar General, they are predicting if we make this many stores in this many strategic places, we will have this many customers. Do we know that for sure? No, but we are extrapolating the information we have to predict what's going to happen.
Okay.
Word of the day, extrapolate.
How do you spell that?
EXTRAPOLATE.
Sound out.
Oh, I have a question. What is discrete and continuous?
Discrete means it's a lot of dots, a lot of points. Continuous means it's connected all the way through. So, back to the story. We'd probably say 2,055 walleye. Okay. Now, I'm getting way off topic here, but there could be decimal amounts of employees at a business. Like at Lake, there could be 572.5 people working here. Okay. The reason is because some people are part-time. Like my wife teaches part-time at Louisville. She works one class a day out of 5. 1 out of 5 is 0.2. So they may have 40.2 employees. See how that works?
Yeah.
But you can't have 2055.36 walleye. Okay, even a small walleye is counted as a walleye. Part-time fish.
What if it's cut in half?
All right, next one. You have to work backwards on this one. I want you guys to try this one.
We don't have it.
You don't have it? Write it down.
Oh yeah, we do. Yeah. I like it.
You hiccup and you lie.
This is the last one.
Here's a walleye.
Ah, a walleye.
Oh yeah, stop laughing.
Oh, I figured out what two is.
What?
It's actually the expensive one.
What?
Aldi.
What are you talking about?
It's the cow. It's like the. Oh, your coffee.
Oh my, she's talking about.
Guess my wife bought something different this time.
Oh, really?
Snickers creamer.
How is it?
Pretty good. Bless you.
What's he got?
Don't sniff you little coffee sniffer.
If I was calling the coffee sniffer.
If you sniffed coffee a lot, would you be considered grounded?
What does that
Oh
mean?
my. I don't get it.
Or I feel a little pressed.
Might be a little.
Press.
Boom, roasted.
Oh my
Oh!
What's going on?
That one was brewing for a while.
You smoked that.
This
Yeah.
is getting too
Is
strong.
that even a
Things are getting soft.
Heated. These are getting heated.
You guys have to salt in your
These
coffee.
are bitter. She said bitter.
I like it.
It's getting heated in here.
See, you guys hated dad jokes earlier on the year, and now you're just loving it.
We got warmed up to it.
Oh.
This is too.
All right, do the problem.
My name's Ice Cube.
People out there blooming in this roll. Ice Cube.
Don't worry.
I forget how to do this. Is it decreasing?
What?
You guys agree it's a growth problem?
Yes.
Yes.
Bigger than one, so yeah.
Okay, I forget how to do this already.
That's weird.
What's A?
Initial amount, I mean,
98,000 people, right? 98,000 people. That's the initial amount, correct? What is R in this problem? Who's brave enough to try that? Jonathan.
0.01.
Close. Try again. Does yours say something different than mine? This one, Jonathan, look up here.
Yeah.
Point zero.
Oh, 1.0.
Point zero. Three. I think you meant. I think you said 0.01. I think
Yeah, you did.
you did.
definitely
It's
did.
okay. I knew what you meant. I knew you. It's probably just one of those where like you said it the wrong way. 0.03. Do you guys agree? 0.03. Now, quick question. They may give you, like in the last problem, they may give you the percent and ask you to write it as an R. What percent is 0.03? 3%, right? Move the decimal twice, not thrice.
I forget.
Twice. Another fun fact. Once, twice, thrice. There's nothing past 3.
What's 4?
There's nothing past 3.
Rice.
Homework / classwork. We have 9 minutes.
That
It
is
is the
all
same
word.
paper.
I still don't understand this. I'll just rewatch the video. Is there any video?
Yeah, I'm gonna stop recording it now. Bye.
Bye.
Why are we saying bye?
Wait, is there actually a video?
Say, work on the video.